One answer. My voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. 57 Venkateja.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So already I said that is today's topic is about DOS and DDoS. So as a fourth unit, second half. So the last class we discussed about the steganography. So what is the steganography and what are the difference between steganography and cryptography, and what is the steganalysis. So the concept which we are implementing on steganography is known as steganalysis. So what are the differences? What are the differences we saw? And DOS and DDoS we started. And what is the denial of service? DOS attack or distributed denial of service. So how we are going to be attempt these attack the attacker. So meanwhile, how we need to protect our system, that also we want to discuss here. So this is one of this type of criminal act. The attacker floats the bandwidth, and here we saw about what is IP snooping, and one word IP bomb, something we that is email bomb. We saw about email bomb, and how this network is going to be performed, and what are the types of attacks are included here. And attacks may be following DOS attacks may be following these are the load in a network. So that is making a traffic in network and disturb the connection between the two systems. That may be a client and server and sender and receiver, whatever it may be. We can say that. And then prevent a particular individual form of accessing service. ఒక పర్టికులర్ పర్సన్ని ఒక సర్వర్ నుంచి డేటాని యాక్సెస్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ప్రివెంట్ దిస్ వన్. That means they are going to be blocked in between the particular user to server and disturb the service to a specific system or a person. So they are disturbing the services. There is something they are making a slow, and they are going to be make some halt in that. For example, if you take some online transaction, if you make some uh, uh, delay in time in transaction, what is going to be happen? Or else we already entered OTP, that time we are click submit, then still it is taking network much time. What is going to be happen? Automatically the transaction is going to be failed. So generally the session time was maintained in these online transactions. In a particular time, that process could not complete, automatically it is going to be cancel that transaction. So such type of disturbing services and preventing services and traffic, making a flow network of traffic. And also we saw this classification of DOS attacks also: bandwidth attack and logic attack, protocol attack, and unintentional DOS attack. So in bandwidth attack, they are making screen appearing. That is loading means the complete web page is appearing on the screen. System is waiting, and user is giving the input. No? So generally, something where www.google.com or crreng.ac.in. You're giving the total page has to display what are the images are, something moving objects are there, and something text is displaying, some watermarks, whatever it may be. Everything is displaying. So that is loading time is nothing but everything is showing on the screen, and then the website is ready for the system. The system is ready for user input. And logic attack is here checking about the vulnerabilities. And the protocol attacks means we know what is a protocol, set of rules governed by a network. When network is having some set of rules, it is going to be disturb the rules and changing something on the network. So changing the rules or changing some properties over the network. Then unintentional DOS. In this scenario, website ends with the denied not due to the attack by a single individual, a group of individuals, but simply it is due to a sudden immersion spikes in a popularity. Automatically, a blog about a number of people accept attempt yet a number of people are going to be using particular website at the same time. For this, we saw some example also. So if the result came, number of people are going to be hit the result tab, the result website all are at the same time. Sometimes it's going server is busy or server is loading data, something error message is showing. So that is it is not an so it is a delay of service. So that's why it is also called unintentional device attack. And where we saw some types and levels of device attacks. There are several types of levels. This one, the float attack. So that is making that is a ping message, ping command we are going to use. There we are going to be more traffic than the victim can handle. Then ping of death attack. And here we are going to be see about the internet control message protocol packets and protocol of IP soup. It is mainly used by the networked computers operating systems to send the error message, including some availabilities and encapsulation of IP addresses. And this synchronization, so that is a SYN attack. So that is where every IP address, either it is TCP or UDP or general IP address, we have various parts of various parts in the header of particular TCP or TCP IP or any UDP. There we have a synchronization and ACK acknowledgement. So there is replying with the server or replying by the attackers replies or attackers acknowledgement we are getting. So that is this known as a synchronization attack. And the teardrop attack. So this is attack where the fragmented packets are forged to overlap each other when receiving the host tries to reassemble them. They are going to be attached the new packets to the existing one, and they are going to be forged. Forged means something changing. Forged is just that same thing. So IP packets fragmentation algorithm used to send the corrupted packets to the the victim and may hang the system. These attacks crash the OS also. So sometimes that is sender sending maybe for example a 16 MB data is sending that the number of packets may be 16 packets. 1 MB is one packet we can consider. 16 packets are sending. So but the attacker is attack on a packet and is adding some more data to the packet. So what is going to be happen? The packet size is increasing. Something is problem with that. Then automatically receiver is may identify that something has happened. So sometimes it is going to be some 2 packets are received automatically, remaining packets unable to receive, or maybe that what a previous we saw that acknowledgement may not received by the may not received the sender. So sometimes it is going to be happen. It is going to be problem with operating system. This teardrop attack is going to be mainly concentration on operating system crashes. So that is TPC, fragmentation reassembly code. Then Snoop attack and the nuke attack, we saw these two. That is the one is about on a network based, another one is about fragmentation of invalid packets. So up to this we saw in the last class. And today's one is about tools used in that DOS attack itself. Tools used to launch DOS attack. Tools used to launch a DOS attack. How to launch these DOS attack means what are the tools are there? Jolt tool, that is a JOLT tool. So the vulnerability allows to remote hackers to cause a DOS attack against Windows-based mission. The attack causes the target mission to confuse the CPU time on processing of illegal packets. So we know, so here a lot of concepts are included. See that what is the CPU time and window-based mission and making. So what is the CPU time? Where you heard this word CPU time? I will give one more clue for CPU time. Another one is arrival time, or burst time, or waiting time. These are the times you heard when the operating system is going to be perform a process for processing. Have you heard? So in a particular process, how much time is waiting for that? How much time is running time? How much time it is going to be wait? How much time it is arrival time? So various scheduling algorithms. First in, first out, shortest job first, round robin algorithm, preventive, non-preventive. So many algorithms are there, no? How to handle these processes along with the CPU guns. So that is the attacker is going to be target the mission and confuses the consumers the CPU time. After the CPU time consume చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది automatically it is going to be slow down. So that is consumes the CPU time. CPU time మనం జనరల్ గా చూసామంటే CPU టైం మీకు జనరల్ గా ల్యాప్టాప్ లో విడ్జ్ ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని సెట్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు CPU టైం ఎంత రన్ అవుతుందని మనకు తెలుసు. So it is going to be causes the CPU time. So the vulnerability allows remote attacker causes the DOS attack against the Windows-based mission. The attack causes the target mission consumes the CPU time processing of illegal packets. So they are making these attack. So they are finding vulnerabilities through that vulnerabilities where the vulnerabilities available in the network. So they are going to be find there. They are going to be trying to inject the packets. So then another one is NIMSI. Hello. Hello. NIMSI. This program generates. Hello. Hello. Last one. This program generates the random packets of snooped source IP to enable the attacker to launch the DOS attack. So NIMSI is a program generation. So this is the previous one is finding vulnerabilities and inject the packets into a target mission. So once it is injected, automatically CPU time it consumes the CPU time. This one is NIMSI is a program. This is a program generates the random packets per snooped source IP to enable attacker to launch these DOS attack. So this is a program. So program gives opportunity to enter this attack. Then tar TARGA. So it is a program. Again, this is also a program that can be used to run 8 different DOS attacks. So we already saw various types or different DOS attacks. No? So this program can use an opportunity to make 8 different types of DOS attacks. The attacker has the option to launch either individual attackers are trying all the attacks until one is successful. So they have the program has the capability of handling these 8 attacks. 8 type of attacks ni handle chesalaga that program is there. So 8 programs run avuta untai. In 8 programs, any one successful ayyant varaku 8 programs run avutai. So that is a usage of that tool Targ. Then another one is about crazy finger. Finger, we can call it finger. This tool could send a large packets of ICMP, that is Internet Control Message Protocol, to remote target network. Internet Control Message Protocol to remote target networks. So this is we saw now large spam messages are getting. So by using this tool, even if sending large number of messages to spam also is one type of device attack. So one type of device attack. So that is one. Then another one is some troubles. Some trouble. What is some trouble? This is a remote folder and bomber. It is developed in Delhi. So this is some other troubles are there. No? That is the thing is. So these are the various tools are used in tools are used to launch device. Then another one is we in the topic we have DOS and PDOS attacks. No? So one is denial of service and distributed denial of service. What is this DDoS attacks? In a DDoS attack, an attacker may be use a computer to attack another computer. Use your computer to attack another computer. So how it will be? So generally, they are going to be target some other system. They are going to be getting the data through some other systems. అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్వెస్టిగేషన్ ఎలా అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నీ ద్వారా వేరే వాళ్ళని అటాక్ చేస్తుంది అప్పుడు విక్టిమ్ నువ్వు అవుతావు కదా సో దట్ ఈస్ అటాకర్ మే యూజెస్ యువర్ కంప్యూటర్ టు అటాక్స్ అనదర్ కంప్యూటర్ by taking the advantage of security vulnerabilities or weaknesses. An attacker could take a control of your computer. So already we know that how the attackers is going to be entered. So they are searching for network vulnerabilities or security vulnerabilities or operating system vulnerabilities. Wherever the weak point is there, they are trying to enter. Once it is entered, they are can take the control. They can find your information. They can control your system also at background. He or she could often force your computer to send huge amount of data to website or send spam to a particular email address. So these DDoS attack could force your computer. So your computer to force to send a huge amount of data to a website or sending a spam or so that the data is going to be transferred huge number, large number. The attack is distributed because the attacker is among multiple computers, including yours, to launch DOS attack. So they are targeting your system, and through your system they are going to be attack other systems. So that's finally. So we already know that the systems, distributed systems means what? Distributed systems means one or more systems are interconnected, and how the systems are going to be used as server, and how server and client server communication is going to be happen. And another main importance of the distributed system is these distributed systems are may run on one single server also, in a particular server also. If any one system is going to be crashed, all other systems may fall. And through one system, we can find all other systems information also. So that is the meaning called distributed system. second. A DDoS attack is a distributed DOS wherein a large number of zombie systems are synchronized to attack a particular systems. So large systems are, so automatically the term distributed means where the number of systems are included. So they are going to be target more number of systems by using a particular system. So through that is simply through your computer they are going to be attack on other computers. These zombie systems are called secondary victim, and the main target is called primary victim. So in between the systems are going to be used, no? So that is through your system, other system is going to be hacked. So your system is called secondary victim, and the target system is going to be called the primary victim. The malware can carry DDoS attacks mechanisms. What is this malware mechanism means? One of the better known example for this is might doom. So this is a best example for DDoS attack. The botnets is a particular. So the botnets we already discussed in the unit 2. Botnets and backdoors we discussed in the second unit last topic. Something if you remember. If not, you can go to the second unit material and you can check it what it is about. So it is a particular media to launch DOS and DDoS attacks. DOS and DDoS attacks. Attacker can also break into the system using automated tools that explores the flows in program that listen or connecting from remote host. So these all type of attacks are going to be done through the remote only. So that is first they are going to be check your system, then through your system they are going to be launch the attacks to that is denial of service attack is going to be launched to the other system. Then how to protect from DOS and DDoS attack? How to protect your system from DOS and DDoS? So both DOS and DDoS attacks, how to control and how to protect them. Computer Emergency Response Team Coordination Center. So there is CERTCC, Computer Emergency Response Team Coordination Center, offers many preventive measures from being a victim of DOS attack. From being many preventive measures from being a victim of DOS attacks. So what are that means? One is implement router filter. This will listen you are exposed to a certain DOS attacks. So implementing router filter, this will expose what are type of certain DOS attacks. If such filters are available for your system, install patches to guard against the CP synchronization folding. So no DOS attack is making a folding attack. No? So something making a network traffic. No? So if you are enable these there is a router filters, it is going to be install the patches and safeguards to your TCP synchronization folder. Disable any unused or in essential network services. We automatically make the disable of unused or inessential network services. And another one is enable Quanta system. Enable Quanta system on your operating system if they are available. Enable some Quanta system. What is Quanta? So minimum, low, small thing. So enable quantum system on your operating system if they are available, and observe your system's performance and establish the baseline for ordinary activities. Observe your system performance. And indeed, so in the starting of DOS attack, we told that once the attack is done, the network is going, the system performance is going to be slowed down. These are so once it is going to be observed, the system is going to be performance, all those things. What is it? If the system performance is going to be low, it is going to be alert that your system is going to be performance is low. So automatically, so the baseline ordinary activities is going to be automatically active on this. And routinely rudely examine your physical security with regards to your current needs. Regards your current needs. Routinely examines your physical security with regards your current needs. Uses the tribe wire or a similar tool to detect the change in configuration information or other files. Uses this type wire or a similar tool. The type wire is a tool or any other related tools we can use. You can know the what is any configuration changes is happened or anything other files is detected or something is going to be find it. We need to how to protect all those things. Using a type wire, we can protect this DOS and DDoS. Invest in and maintain hard spares. Hard spares. What is the meaning of this? Invest in and maintain hard spares means missions that can be placed into services quickly if a similar mission is disabled. Similar mission is disabled. Missions that can be placed into a server quickly if the similar mission is disabled. So any mission is called, immediately they are going to be replaced with these services with the other system. And invest in redundant and fault tolerance in the network configurations. So and it is also whenever the network configuration is going to be modified or changes, any fault tolerance is going to be happen automatically. It is going to be recovered and maintained. And establish and maintain a regular backup schedules. So automatically, if the system is going to be crash, something is going to be happen. So automatically, the data is going to be lost. So in order to overcome this one, so regular backups is going to be maintained and establish and maintain the appropriate password policies. So maintain and establish appropriate password policies also, whether the password is strongly is there or any password rules are changed. So automatically it is going to be make changes. Please try to change your password. So such type of establish and maintain the appropriate password policies also. So up to this is about DOS and DDoS attacks. So what is the DOS attacks and what are the types and various types are different DOS attacks we have. And where the DOS attacks is going to be mainly attack on your computer. Then what is DDoS attack? What is distributed denial of service attacks? So if these attacks are there, how to protect from these DOS and DDoS attacks? So this is the topic of DOS and DDoS. Next, another one is about SQL injection. SQL injection. What is SQL? Structured query language. So up to now we saw about how physical system is going to be attacked, how the applications is going to be attacked, how the network is going to be attacked. Everything we saw. College down. So the SQL injection is mainly concentration on database. So up to now we saw about physical computers, memory ni elaga, memory lo elaga, packets elaga, networks elaga na chustaం. Through this SQL injection is nothing but inserting. So through structured query language, SQL is a database computer language designed for maintaining data in a relational database management system, RDBMS. So to maintain the data, we are going to be maintain, and we know that what is the SQL commands. What is the use of these SQL commands? So we know that create, update, alter, filter, something, update, all those things are there. What is the use of this one? In order to maintain, yes or no? Manage and maintain, both we can see that. So we can see a particular data in a various format also. We can view also that is. So that is only. It is a database computer language designed for managing data in relational database management system. SQL injection is a code injection technique that exploits a security vulnerabilities occurring in the database layer of an application. So network vulnerabilities, all those vulnerabilities are here. These SQL injection technique used to find the vulnerabilities in the database. Security vulnerabilities occurring in the database layer of an application. SQL injection attacks are also known as SQL insertion attack. There's nothing but injection is nothing but we are inserting. I don't like SQL, that command is going to be insertion attack. Attacker target the SQL servers, the common database servers used by many organizations to store the confidential data. So for example, our Google data where is going to be stored, our Gmail data where is that Gmail is a confidential or not? Is a personal only, no? So even if we are using your Google Pay, Phone Pay, or any applications we are using, there we are following some confidential data. So that is attackers target the SQL servers. So common database servers could be used many organizations to store the confidential data. The prime objective of the primary objective behind this SQL injection attack is to obtain the information while accessing the database table that may contain the personal information such as the credit card numbers and social security numbers or passwords. Social security numbers or password numbers also. అర్థమైందా? జనరల్ అంతే కదా, ఇప్పుడు మన డేటా అంతా ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది? డేటా అంతా ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది? డేటాబేస్ లోనే కదా స్టోర్ అయ్యేది. సో దే ఆర్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు ఇంజెక్ట్ దిస్ injection so while accessing the database, that tables no database under generally it is tables contains no database tables under. So all the data is going to be arranged in database in the way of rows and columns option. Rows and columns manner it is going to be stored. So if for example if we take any one row, what is contains? General rows and columns la untadi. Something we are going to be maintain some fields. For example, first one serial number, name. So ఇలా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది కదా అంటే ఏంటి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ ఫస్ట్ వన్ serial number 1, some register number and name and address, everything we can search. So in one line we have, that is one row, we have the information about a particular person. So they are accessing the database tables and contains about personal information such as credit card numbers and security members, all those things. No? So that is. So during an SQL injection attack, the malicious code is inserted into a web form field or a website code. అంతే కదా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు వెబ్సైట్ అందరూ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా, సమ్ HTML పేజెస్ రాస్తున్నారు, హౌ ద డేటాబేస్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి కనెక్ట్, డేటాబేస్ ఎలా కనెక్ట్ చేస్తారు. నాకు మీ డేటాబేస్ ఎక్కడ ఉందో తెలియదు. సో ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు అటాక్ యువర్ డేటాబేస్, ఐ నీడ్ టు send some malicious code to insert in your website. That code is going to be targeted your website. So such type of SQL injection is going to be done in the website. That is, website's code is going to be run. For example, when the user log in with the username and password and an SQL query is submitted to the database to check the user is a valid name and password. అంతే కదా. అందుకే నిన్న ప్రాజెక్ట్ ల్యాబ్ లో కూడా అందరూ జస్ట్ పేజెస్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ చేశారు. సో ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ చేసినప్పుడు యూజర్ నేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ అన్నారు, సబ్మిట్ అన్నారు. హ్యావ్ యు డన్ వ్యాలిడేషన్ వెరిఫికేషన్ చేశారా లేదా అంటే, సో వ్యాలిడేషన్ వెరిఫికేషన్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి? So validate the user and verify the user. So particular, for example, sign up చేసాం అనుకోండి, అంత డేటా ఇచ్చిన డేటా అంతా వ్యాలిడేట్ అవుతుంది, కరెక్ట్ గా ఇచ్చారా లేదా అంత వ్యాలిడేట్. వెరిఫైయింగ్ అంటే, సో వన్స్ ద యూజర్ ఈస్ వ్యాలిడేట్, దెన్ ఈస్ రెడీ టు వెరిఫై. సో సైన్ అప్ అయిన తర్వాత యూజర్ నేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ వస్తుంది, త్రూ ద పాస్వర్డ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఎంటర్. సో వన్స్ ఈస్ ఎంటర్, దెన్ ఈస్ వెరిఫైడ్. దట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ verification and validation. So have you understand the example of this, how the SQL injection, that is a malicious code, is going to be sent through the database. That is, for example, when the user is logging with the username and password, the SQL query is sent to the database and check whether the user is valid or not. With SQL injection, if it is with the SQL injection, it is possible for an attacker to send the crafted username and a password field that will change the SQL query. So something, a crafted username and our password fields that will change the SQL query also. Generally, అందుకే కదా మీరు 4-5 సార్లు కంటే పాస్వర్డ్ ఎక్కువ రాంగ్ చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి డిసైడెడ్. సో మేబీ వన్స్ యూజర్ నేమ్ కరెక్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది, పాస్వర్డ్ మర్చిపోయారు లేదా పాస్వర్డ్ రాంగ్ గా టైప్ చేస్తారు, లేదు యూజర్ నేమ్ తప్పించారు పాస్వర్డ్ సంథింగ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్. అందుకని అక్కడ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు చూడండి, యూజర్ నేమ్ ఆర్ పాస్వర్డ్ మే రాంగ్. సో దట్ ఈస్ అ పర్ఫెక్ట్ వ్యాలిడేషన్. అలా కాదు, యూజర్ నేమ్ రాంగ్ అని అంటే వాడు ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ట్రైయింగ్ ఆన్ యూజర్ నేమ్, పాస్వర్డ్ రాంగ్ అని అంటే ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ట్రైయింగ్ ఆన్ పాస్వర్డ్. సో అలా చెప్పండి జనరల్ గా ఎలా చెప్తాడు. So username or password are wrong. But again, he is going to be trying with the new username and new password. New username, so number of password is equal to that. So the following are the some steps for SQL injection attack. The attacker looks for the websites that allows to submit the data. That is login page, search page, feedback, etc. There you can insert. Insert is nothing but something query we are typing on website. వెబ్సైట్ లో మనం లాగిన్ అవుతున్నాం, లేదా సంథింగ్ డేటా మనం సెట్ చేస్తున్నాం, లేదా సంథింగ్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ మనం సబ్మిట్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇలాంటి ప్లేస్ లోనే కదా మనం డేటా ఎంటర్ చేసి సబ్మిట్ చేస్తాం. సో సచ్ ప్లేసెస్ this SQL injection is going to be done. The attacker is also looks for the display the HTML commands such as post and get by checking the website's source code. To check the source code, if any website, right click on the web page, you know that no, view the source page, automatically the source code is displaying in the notepad. You know, everyone uses it, so all are doing a web pages also, everyone. The attacker checks the same code for the HTML, look for form tag for HTML code. So everything between the form, that is a form, and closed form, that is a slash form, so there is open and closed form, have a potential parameters might be useful to find the vulnerabilities. So to find the vulnerabilities, they are going to be, so total they are going to be make copy or something, they are going to be inject in between these one. So see that we have some sample this one. So form action search or search.asp method equal to post, input type is equal to hidden name is equal to A and value equal to C. So they are going to be close the form. By this way, they are going to be do the SQL injection. And another one is the attacker inputs a single white under the text box provided on the web page to accept the username and password. Generally, manaki vastayi kada, enter your username, password and vastadi akkada. This checks whether the user input variable is interrupted literally by the server. If a response is an error message such as a user A is equal to double quotation A, then the website's found be susceptible to a SQL injection attack. Okay, something error messages may displaying, so that time we can susceptible to the website, it is under SQL injection attack. So when we are trying to website, for example Gmail, www.gmail.com అని కొట్టగానే వస్తుంది. సో యూజర్ నేమ్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్ సబ్మిట్ కదా, ఇలాంటి పేజీల్లో how they are going to be trying to enter the names means they're like that, they are going to be given a double quotation A, then the website found this susceptible SQL injection. The attacker used the SQL commands such as the select statement command to retrieve the data from the database or insert the command to add the information from the database. So these you learned from so we already know that select, create, alter, drop, all the SQL commands. No? So SQL commands uses for selecting all this. Here with a few example for variable fields, text the attacker field text the attacker uses on the web pages to test for the SQL vulnerabilities. So even if it is 9:25, okay. So these two lines we will complete and we will complete here. So that is a slash or that is L equal to L minus minus, or login colon slash or L equal to L minus minus, or password double dots slash, so that is L equal to L minus 1, are giving. So various types of how by using this we can find the test the SQL vulnerabilities, where are the weaknesses on the by http dot double slash search dot index dot asp id slash is equal. So if you type like this, so automatically the vulnerabilities will known by the attacker. The similar SQL commands may allow bypassing of your login and may return many rows in a table or even an entire database table because the SQL server is interpreting terms literally. The double dash dashes near the end of the command tells SQL to ignore the rest of the commands as a command. You know that no double dash మామూలుగా సింగిల్ లైన్ కమాండ్ మల్టీ లైన్ కమాండ్స్ నేర్చుకుంటాం. సింగిల్ లైన్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం కదా, దట్ ఈస్ టు ఇగ్నోర్స్ ద కమాండ్ అని. సో వేరియస్ వేస్ అన్నమాట. సో ఈ విధంగా దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఇంజెక్ట్ ది SQL ఇన్సర్షన్. సో డబుల్ ఏ ఇచ్చేసి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు డబుల్ ఏ అని అలాగా going to be tested for the. So this is about SQL injection. So here we have various types of SQL injection is there. That is a blind injection, and how to prevent these SQL injection attacks. What is the value? So many things are there. We'll continue by next class. We'll continue tomorrow. SQL injection itself. What are the remaining topics? So still now, anyone having a doubt, you can ask me. Very good, Nani. Anyone having doubt, you can ask me, so that we will see or we will wind up with this. So this is the fourth unit. Malli third unit velli malli fourth unit vacham. Third unit lo rendu topics sir వదిలేశారు. అవి చెప్పుకొని మళ్ళీ మనం ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాం. మొబైల్ కి సంబంధించి అంతా మాట్లాడుకుంది